Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the right side as the red Malay, we have GKT Cloud. Spawn on the left side as the blue Khmer, we have VonBilskie. Bilskie? I have no idea how to actually pronounce that. But let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. We of course have the Malay, which is a naval civilization. On a map that has no naval. Perfect. Advancing AH is 66% faster. Fish traps, no worry about that. Battle elephants cost less in castle and even more imperial. And infantry armor upgrades are free. Unique units Rampant Warrior, which I think that's like a half population quick spawn unit. Unique text is Thalakasi Docks, that's not really important. And Force Levy, Militia Line costs no gold, just with additional food. We get another trash unit, getting two-handed trash swords, trash units. Spawn as the Khmer's. The Khmer's bonus we do have is a siege and elephant civilization. Nobody's required to advance next 8, not really important, unless in arena maps really. Farmers don't require mills or town centers to drop off food, which is quite nice. Battle elephants move 10% faster, and villagers can garrison houses. Unique units of ballista elephant or mounted scorpion. Swordsman, battle elephants get +3 attack. Double crossbow gives ballista elephants and scorpions fire 2 projectiles. So a lot of good bonuses there. Malay's biggest advantage is the fact that you can get trash two-handed swordsmen. Speaking of which, we got trash versus trash, scouts versus spearmen. Getting some pokes there on the blue scout now. And it sounds like blue's going for a good number of scouts right now. Let's go and keep blue selected. Whoops, and I hit my microphone, my apologies. And I hit my microphone again, my apologies. Not a good day, is it? We do have, looks like 2 skirmishers, 3 scouts. Up here, we do have red scouts being pursued by blue scouts. 2 will always beat 1.
Bye.
We have some militia on the high ground as well. And now do have blue scouts forming up, ready to push on forward. There's 5 blue scouts. We've got 4 skirmishers as well. That's a lot of force coming over red. Red does have a decent force of spearmen. The skirmishers can deal with them. Give them enough time and angle. And may need those spearmen. Spearmen are now trying to engage these scouts. He holds off the villagers there. He's focused on the villagers there as well. You perhaps can pull off villagers, deal with scouts in a 1v3 situation, but that's a 3v3 look like. Now there's 5 scouts here as well. Spearman needs to get, this one needs to stop going over there. Spearman, I'm not sure what the Spearman doing. He's retreating back to Spearman. He's going to lose 2 villagers there, which actually is very important. Now red is ahead. Okay, blue is actually still behind in villagers. Red is still ahead by 2 villagers, so red had villagers to spare. Not necessarily to lose. We have now a blacksmith being pulled out by red. You got a good number of walls here to protect his villagers. And he's trying to charge forward with his own scout there. Get some slices there onto a skirmisher. And he will need to fall back. There's still a good number of blue scouts in the region. Do have a good number of spearmen here. Red now has 2 skirmishers pushing their way forward. He could perhaps throw them inside town himself to get some extra arrows. Do have 4 to attack, so the 2 of them won't actually provide an arrow for the town center. You need a 5 attack, and that's only 4 attacking skirmishers. There goes red scout there. Blue has a severe number of scouts here. Scouts do have 2 pierce armor. Skirmishers have 3 attacks, so they do 1 damage each.
5.
And blue has just a massive number of skirmishers in this region. Red needs to get out more forces of various types. Starting to throw some spears onto these scouts. He does have a fletching upgrade on the skirmishers, so getting them extra range. Not necessarily extra damage. And ooh, good kill there on one of Red's spearmen there. Another scout goes down as well. One of those scouts is down to 1 health, 1 spear, and does take out that 1 health scout. More and more skirmishers being deployed out by red. Let's see what's on red's build queue. Just villagers at the moment, so he's deploying out nothing extra. Skirmishers. Blue has even more skirmishers than his opponent as well.
Yep.
These red skirmishers can get inside the town center. There's enough skirmishers here so the town center can fire an arrow. The town center has currently 6 attacks, so it'll take 3 skirmishers. Oh no, the skirmisher 3 attacks, so it'll take 2 skirmishers to be garrison town center to get it to fire 1 arrow. So if he had still all 4, there's actually, if he still had all 4, he would be able to get 2 arrows. Granted, the extra arrows won't do extra damage. And blue skirmishers only have 4 range as well, so the 6 range town center will still be very useful. Getting some good arrow fire there. And red skirmishers being peeled off. We got more red skirmishers on the build queue, more villagers on the build queue. And red has not been able to mine much gold this entire game. I see like 3 collected, and maybe 23 gold collected. Yep, well, that's another 13 there, so perhaps 40 gold collected. Though maybe not all of it was actually claimed due to people dying that was trying to mine gold. The high ground does not really matter in this engagement. They will do at least 1 damage. So the high ground debuff won't do much, but the and the low ground damage from the high ground won't do much as well. Not sure the high ground damage actually rounds up or maybe rounds down, so maybe it does 2 damage per spear, but it looks like May will just do 1 still. Red, of course, does have the range advantage, which is very important. And now I do have Castle Age being deployed out by red. Blue has almost Castle Age complete. I'm not sure what he's going to plan for blue for his quick Castle Age. I do have a handful of stables here, so I'm going to go for night production. And now this guy's trying to find more hits there onto these skirmishers. The spearman needs to not pull back there. Villager, she's trying to get some shanking in as well. And a lot of blue's force here is quite wounded. He could pull it back for a monk to heal them all up, though I suppose none of these units are gold, so they're very disposable. And blue has 3 knights on the build queue now, as well as a villager. ×2. Getting some good hits there onto this skirmisher as well. A couple skirmishers do go down. Now I do got a house here. The Malay person cannot garrison people inside the house. That's the blue player. And now the spearman getting some good hits there. Does spot the knights. These spearmen will have that trouble. He does get pikemen there as well. That is very, very important dealing with those knights. It does give them a vast amount of bonus damage. Another towns that are being pulled out. Not very far forward, but enough to cover the gold. And potentially help protect the stone as well. We do have that palisade wall has been started. Palisade gate has been being built now. And these knights will manage to get his way on in. May get one of the villagers there. And does not get that villager there. Does not get that villager there. This villager may go down. And it looks like some of these knights are starting to be wielded away. He does take out none of the skirmishers as well. Outsiders are firing away. Does get some good hits on knights. At 3 pierce arm at the moment. Now we do have some cavalry archers in the build queue for blue. That's Khmer. What type of cavalry archers can he get? He can get heavy cav and Parthian tactics, but I don't think he can get any other upgrades other than that. Of course, like chemistry, things of that sort, but he does have access to reasonable heavy cavalry archers, just not buffed by any town's any civilization bonus. Does take out some villager there. Red has not been collecting for quite a bit of time with his villager count. Red also has a superior number of villagers in the bonus, so he can lose some villagers. Not like he really wants to. Pikeman here does not get any stabs. These guys are going to be pursued to the ends of the walls. Got more knights still streaming on in. Does get that one garrison, and more of these knights going down. These knights have been doing a good job of preventing a collection, but not been doing a good job of getting kills. Houses have been evacuated there. Very nice little town there. It's very like just nice and tidy. Sounds like great for our land coverage. But he does have some gold and safe gold deposits going backwards. It's a carcass. And does have some safe stone here. That's relatively safe gold. Potentially safe stone. Who's advancing forward with more and more knights, and now got cavalry archers advancing forward. Cavalry archers currently have no armor. And these are cavalry archers mostly. One very wounded knight. Now trying to hit the stone line through the forest line. Very nice. The forest line's almost cleaned up as well. There may be an opening here as well. Oh, there's still a tree that fully collected. A dragon, I should say. Here to be dragons. Trees. Some more of these knights are getting hit by the town center, slowly whittling away. Villagers going to be repairing up that wall segment, able to repair it faster than it's going to be damaged. This knight's still getting some good damage on in. Some more arrow fire there. Does not kill off that villager. And now the pikemen have cleaned up a number of these cavalry archers, maybe from this town center as well. Cavalry archers do not have any sort of pierced armor or melee armor, for fact, so they will get ripped apart by town center fire. And I think those cavalry archers, they probably may get two-shotted by spearmen. I can't remember. Pikeman does like 32 bonus damage, or is that halberdier? Maybe mistaken about that. Well, let's find out. There's also a lion coming to support the cavalry archer. The cavalry archer will manage to run away. Oh, here too got forward infrastructure, 2 siege workshops building scorpions. This skirmisher does spot it. Only an unupgraded skirmisher as well. Let's see what red has on his build queue. Looks like I got 3 villager production. Blue only has... How many town centers does blue have? Okay, he does have more than one. I just only saw 1 villager production. Looks like he has 3 town centers. Maybe doing a bit of a bad job of building. He may get a convert there. No, he does not. Cavalry archers and knights now advance forward. There's an exposed monster, which can perhaps stall out a little bit. Red's going for some stone now. Maybe a good idea to get out some castles. And the scorpions are receiving quite a bit of arrow fire as well. They're not the most durable units. They have very little health, so even if they have good pierce armor, they will still receive quite a bit of damage, or relative to max health. Those pikemen do get cleaned on up. We do have... It only has 6 damage, so it does 1 damage per arrow against the scorpions. And now we do have a castle being quickly built. It's on the high ground as well. Cavalry archers advancing forward. Got a bit of walls to interrupt as well. Pikemen messing up a lot of movement from these knights. Knights trying to stop the castle built there. When this castle built up, this attack will be locked down pretty hard. And he's not retreating back, and all of his knights have gone down. Scorpions starting to get hit by these various pikemen, and these cavalry archers need to move away at their own pace. Scorpion goes down. Another scorpion goes down there as well. The cavalry archer does stay alive? Oh yeah, and the Karambit warriors are very, very fast producing melee warriors. Not exactly great, but they are fast produced. And they are getting annihilated by those cavalry archers. They do have 3 pierce armor. Cavalry archers have no archer upgrades still yet either. So his opponent not going for any cavalry archer upgrades. The extra range, lack of extra range is quite important because 4 range is not a lot. We got 2 pair of mangonels advancing forward with a scorpion, trying to find this town center. Mangonels do have a range of 7, so they are able to outrange the town center. Scorpions do have a range of 8 as well. Needs to hit down the town center, is going to siege it down with mangonels. And these knights going to come and support these scorpions. Does find a villager kill there. Red has a slight advantage in villager numbers. And some of these villagers are going on down. Try to get these villagers garrison up, but that town center is maxed out its garrison. Got the Karambit warriors advancing forward, able to rip apart those scorpions. Pikemen advancing forward now. Karambit warriors getting some great hits there onto those mangonels. Those mangonels that find an okay shot there on those pikemen. Well, those Karambit warriors are actually pretty quick moving as well, so they're actually decent hunting down mangonels and scorpions. So overall, good usage of those Karambit warriors. Arson's not being researched by Red. He's mostly just going for this infantry-based composition and doing decent enough with them. Pikemen, of course, counters cavalry. Infantry's so good. He's making infantry working, that's for sure. But honestly, his opponent's going for more and more of these knights, and pikemen, of course, counter them, or in the speed, and those Cramped Warriors are just designed to be disposable. The Cavalry Archers could have been a great item against all these assets, but he didn't get any range attacks. No flashing, no bodykin arrow, which is very, very problematic, because those Cavalry Archers, they have a long wind-up time, so the Cramped Warriors can easily close on in, as well as the pikemen. And you don't want pikemen to close in. Knight skirmishing around. I think his opponent is... he's just going a bit weird with his build order, which is just his opponent's having trouble countering. Plus there's a new patch which gave a lot of buffs to infantry, so he's doing quite well to knights at least. Knights now being pursued by these Cramped Warriors and as well as the pikemen. Cramped Warriors, of course, only has 8 damage and 30 health, so they don't last so too long versus knights, but they at least stall long enough for this pikemen to get in the range. And these knights just simply can't stay around with these pikemen in the region. And knights are, of course, very expensive. Knights do have 4 armor, very good, as well as 4 pierce armor. And now it looks like Red's going for Imperial Age. He's more likely going to go for straight for Trash 2-handed Swordsman. Hopefully as those upgrades go in, maybe a good idea to go for the Man-at-Arms, Long Swordsman upgrades and all that sort. Let's see, he does not have any of those upgrades. But pikemen are going to start stabbing down the Siege Workshop. We do now have a castle going up as well, help provide some additional coverage. Now going for a forward lumber yard as well. He does have some sorts of lumber over here, but he's going for forward lumber, which is a little bit dangerous, but does have its advantages. And this forward siege workshops do get cleaned on up. No player has collected a relic, though we do have Red has a relic being claimed now. And he does spot the monk. He goes past the monk, but did not attack the monk. More knights streaming down south. And it looks like these Cramped Warriors are trying to stab villagers. Gone for Imperial Age. Red has gone Imperial Age before his opponent. Let's see what's on Blue's build queue. Crossbowman is finally getting archer upgrades as well, but he's not getting Imperial Age just yet, so Red has a good opportunity to make some sort of power play with his technology. What sort of gunpowder units can Red get? Oh, looks like the... wait, the Malay... yeah, let's see... 2 armored elephants. He can get bombards. He cannot get hand cannoneers, but bombards is probably the biggest, most important of all the gunpowder units. Some of these villagers not being cleaned on up. Knights are just streaming their way forward, just being everywhere at once. These pikemen could respond to these knights. Over here, the Cramped Warriors are advancing forward. Cramped Warriors currently have 5 pierce armor, which is pretty good. Oh, there's a new Gambeson upgrade visible yet on here. Yep, the Gambeson upgrade is available. There's 2 levels. We have first level supply, second level is Gambeson. Red has not gotten supplies yet, nor the Man-at-Arms upgrades. Maybe a good idea to go for that now. And Blue backed out the game. Very, very good play. Cramped Warriors, you don't see them all too often, and he used them to great effect. His opponent just went for knights, and more knights. And cavalry archers, and honestly just failed. Either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.